Okay, so today I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing, because you probably can't even see because there's that much of it, but outside it is blistering with snow. So there's a bit of a blizzard. Didn't really want to travel too far in the car in these conditions, but since I picked the TTRS up, the one thing that I haven't done is photographed it in the snow, just obviously because of the time of the year. So with this opportunity, I thought I'd take a couple of moments to jump out, discuss a little bit of like what I look for in a car when I'm photographing, the environment, the location, what I actually sort of have in the back of my head when I'm shooting a car, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's jump out the car and take some snaps. So when it comes to snow photography, to be honest, there's not a great deal that doesn't look good. That looks absolutely unreal. So in terms of actually what I'm looking to capture when I'm going out shooting, I try and get as much of a variety as possible. Now the reason for that is it just makes a little bit of a better set when you're posting that on a website or you're posting it on social. So again, a combination of both horizontal and vertical images, so portrait, landscape. Again, you might use those for different things. So if you're sort of shooting for a client, again, bear in mind that their website banners, they're all going to be in landscape format. So if you're going to produce them a full folder of portrait images, it's probably not going to be any good to them. So just bear that in mind. And then obviously you want your portraits for Insta, for Facebook, so that you're filling a little bit more of the platform out. Now, more specifically when it comes to cars in particular, you want to look at the car itself. Obviously all its sort of attributes, its key sort of features. So obviously this is a TTRS, so what makes this different to a other TT or another road going little sports car kind of vibe? Obviously again, it's snowy, so the car isn't going to look immaculate. I mean, mine's filthy, but just looking now, shooting the brakes and the wheels themselves, again, portrait and landscape. Even though I'm doing this for myself, I might decide that I prefer the landscape composition and then just crop it in maybe. Again, little badges, Quattro. No, that's not a great picture, I'm not happy with that. And always as well, always make sure that you're shooting as many different angles. So I'll do another video about that on a later date, but there's a huge number of different angles that you can be coming from when you're shooting a car. Obviously that's going to differ as well if you bear in mind where those photos are going, so and the actual purpose of the photos. So for example, if I'm shooting something for maybe a dealership, so a car dealership, I'm going to completely change the way that I shoot. I'm not going to shoot like this. This is more of a social post sort of vibe. I don't want to be posting images like these on Auto Trader because it's just not going to get me anywhere. So again, if it's not going to help myself, it's not going to help my client. It doesn't really have to be the most dramatic looking images all the time. It doesn't have to be the most impressive sort of creative images. Sometimes a simple photo is more important than anything else, because it just shows, again, if it's for a car dealer or it's for someone that's selling the vehicle, it shows a little bit more of a realistic view of the car rather than some super edited very clean looking image. That is sick. So one thing to bear in mind when you come out shooting in the snow, obviously you can probably see all the trails and the tracks that have been from cars that have left the estate before I've got here and stuff like that. Generally speaking, I quite like that. I think it adds a little bit of character to the photograph, but a lot of people don't. So obviously two ways of going about that. You can either edit them out in post using Photoshop, or you can do that by just spending a little bit more time on the road trying to find somewhere that looks like it's not been tampered with so much by, you know, whoever has been here previously. But obviously there's a lot of cars on the road, so that's probably going to be the more difficult of the two options. Let me know in the comments as well, what do you think of the car? I've wanted this car for years, don't know why. Get grief about it 24/7 because apparently I'm a hairdresser, but at 500 horsepower I think that's pretty cool, to be fair. I know I keep coming back to the same composition, but I don't quite feel like I've got it nailed. Maybe go from a little bit higher and make it look a little bit more sporty, a bit more dynamic. Obviously you could get the drone out, but if I'm completely honest, I can't be bothered in this weather. So yeah, just a very, very quick video, quick run around. Some of my sort of suggestions when you're looking for a location, looking at shooting a car more specifically. Hope you like the video. We'll be uploading some more stuff in the near future. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.